Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's December 13th, 2023, and I've done one hand. I tried the dip method with spoons. Okay, even though I'm the only person that uses my powders, I thought maybe a spoon will be easier, and I'm going to tell you guys, it was not as easy as it looked. I am so happy that I saw the video that I did to learn how to do this method, but this is my very first time doing this, like I said. So let's jump right into this because I decided to just go ahead and do my right hand. I am right-handed, so I don't know if it's necessarily going to be easy just because I'm doing everything with my right hand now because my nails are back on. I have missed them, you guys. It's been 3.5 months. You guys know I got that infection, and so I had to stop. And I was going to have to stop for 6 months, and so I'm happy that I don't, because I don't think I could have waited till March. And I stopped practicing. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Once I saw that I couldn't do them, I didn't even practice on my Manicure except for maybe like 2 more times, and I made videos about that. But after that, y'all, I stopped. I did. And I had been saying that that I needed to be practicing at least with the Manicure hand, but it's not the same as practicing on your hand or other people's hands, right? Okay, so I'm starting from scratch on this hand, and I've already I guess went over them with my file and the safety bit and stuff like that. I already did the swipe. Okay, so this is my first time using swipe. This is my first time using protein bond, and even though it's not, it says non-acid adhesion, it kind of burnt a little bit, but I think that's because I haven't had a full set in a while. So basically what I'm supposed to do right now is I am supposed to put the protein bond on. I was supposed to do both hands, and then by the time I finish the second hand, I could go back to the first one. And so I'm going to do that first. This bottle is very, very little. This is from Young Nails as well. Hopefully I got enough oils off my hand, and I got a rough of enough surface. I know you're not supposed to do like too much to your nails, especially if you use this with this little, I don't know what you want to call that little file bit on there. Okay, so the thing that you're supposed to do is to put this on for 2 coats, okay, and then 10 seconds in between the first and second coat. And so the thought process is that by the time you do both hands, then it's been 10 seconds, and that's why you can just go back and do the first. But like I said, I already did my whole right hand. The only thing I haven't done is a top coat, and I was going to, but I didn't because I am pressed for time, you guys. I don't know if I mentioned it, but it's a little bit after 3 p.m. here, and I need to hurry because we have plans, you guys. Oh my gosh. And then after this protein bond, on the Young Nails video that I watched, they used something to help with stains. I'm all tongue-tied today, and I'm not using that, but I'm still going to put my hands in the, what do you call it, the lamp. I'm at a loss for words today with everything in the lamp for 2 minutes, but I can only go up to 90, so I'm just going to do 2 60 seconds. I think that is the problem I was having. Plus I decided to try like that gel glue, and no, the nail wouldn't stick, and I already have my nails laid out here too. So I'm gonna say it's been 10 seconds I've been talking, so let's go back over and put on the second coat of the protein bond. And I'm trying not to be too sloppy because the method that I'm using is going to be with the not polished super base. And I know there's other ways to do a full set or a fill, but I'm trying it this way because you guys, me and that monomer are just, I'm telling y'all, we are not friends. And I knew it wasn't going to be easy, but even if I had kept practicing at least on the mannequin hand, I still think I would have had quite a time once I switched to my own hand. But like I said, I only do my nails every 2 weeks, or I was doing them every 2 weeks, and I told myself I have to practice more than every 2 weeks. Okay, so let me put this in here. Now I'm trying to figure out how to do this because I was kind of sitting to the side over here, and I'm gonna have to stand up, and my lamp is on, and once I stick my hand in there, it's going to do the time. So let's see, it's set for 60. Yeah, okay, so we'll do this twice. And even if you guys find out that you don't have to do this, I don't know. I just, and also you guys, okay, so I had to switch back to the glue. I had a nail glue, it was all dried out. I put it over there. And so I'm using Kiss Vitabond nail glue. And that seemed to work. And I know with nails, they suggest that you oversize just a little bit because you can file. But you guys, I am not good with filing. Okay, so I'm going to tell you while I'm doing the first curing on this protein bond, my nails are supposed to be Coffin. And the only reason why, and I know it's not filed straight exactly what would be on my left side of my ring finger, the only reason why it looks Coffin is because that was a stiletto nail. And I forgot that you can take stiletto nails and cut them and make them Coffin, or to be easier to make them Coffin, especially if you're just starting off like me. And so all the other nails are Coffin, and that's why they look square. And also they are like the, let's see, I think my nails are somewhere behind me, but I think it's like the triple X. And I wanted either the double X or even the XL would have been fine because they would have been about this length to begin with and they would have been Coffin. But for some reason, I went ahead and got them long. I think all the other nails on Amazon just didn't really have good reviews. And so I was kind of stuck and somewhat backed into a corner of having to get those longer nails, even though I didn't want to do that. I can say the stiletto nails are shorter. But you guys, the problem is if I cut them and try to make them Coffin, my shaping, I'm really, really going to have to do something about that. This one now, my middle finger, you guys, to me looks like Frankenstein's head. I'm like, that's how square or rectangular that is. Even my pointy finger is more of a Coffin shape than my ring finger. So I am not very happy about that. But I mean, at least I'm back to doing them. And of course, now I can't open my glue. That's not good. Also, I'll tell you really quick, just in case I forget. I'm going to start off, if I can get this open to get these nails on. I might have to pause and put the nails on. I was not expecting for this to be stuck because I just cut this out of the package. And yes, I was not expecting not to be able to open this. I didn't know it was going to dry like that. That's not good. There we go. I was about to say, no, I have to get this open. But yes, I'm using not polish for the regular powder. You're supposed to do the regular powder first. And as I go, I'll walk you guys through the steps, but this is clear. This is, watch me dump this on my face. Oh my gosh, you guys. This is 01. And then the other powder I'm using today is a Glow, and it is G14. And it's a very light purple, and it glows purple. I thought it was a white powder that glows purple, but it's not. Okay, so hopefully it's not still too wet at the end, because I think if the protein bond is still kind of wet, the glue just doesn't like that. And then I had to remind myself to be careful to make sure I was gluing my nails on straight. And honestly, when I was starting off, what I did was there was 2 videos that I watched over and over and over again while I was doing my left hand. Okay, so sometimes I feel like I glue them down too far. And I'm telling you guys, this is a number 8 out of my Coffin nail set, and it is not wanting to stick. It could be whatever those nails are made out of. But it just, I had trouble with my pinky nail for my right hand. There we go. And now that I think I got it on there, and you guys, I'm gonna warn you guys, I use this thing right here, this cutter, and it popped off like 2 of my nails. But I'm not skilled enough to use a regular fingernail cutter. And also, I know sometimes I see nail techs put glue over the nail afterwards, and you might tell me not to do that, but I have to do that. just in case it's helping secure the nail, because I'm going to tell you, I had to find the piece that I cut, the part that was supposed to go on the nail, and literally put it back on there cut, and make sure that I wasn't gluing on the tip that I cut off. Okay, so at this point, I simply do not have time for that to happen. Okay, so I think, I don't know if I mentioned it, but this is also my first time doing a full set period. So yeah. Okay, that looks about as straight as it's going to get. And then I know I say that I'm going to learn how to do certain tech stuff. I tell you guys, I'm not that tech savvy of being able to do like maybe where people fast forward their own videos or something like that. But I think afterwards, that's the editing that comes later. And then they do like a voiceover. And honestly, you guys, especially when I'm doing something that I don't know how to do, it is difficult enough just to get through that. So you guys are gonna be with me for a while. I say that all the time, but yes, I think you guys will. This middle nail, y'all, is not being my friend. Oh my gosh. I wonder if it's too big. I tried to make sure that it was closer to the size. And then I have to get used to gluing them on the tips. And then plus, you know how like when you stop doing your nails, they break, they crack, they split, they do everything that you can imagine, besides the fact it's very painful. And so my nails were already kind of short. And you guys, you know what? I'm going to be honest with you. I think this protein bond is making my nails, is making them too slippery. I don't think maybe that I was supposed to paint the protein bond to the tip of my finger. That might have been where I went wrong. Because I'm telling you guys, like not one nail is wanting to stick. And this is some pretty good glue. This is the glue that I carry. I mean, I'm so serious about my nails that I carry nail glue with me. So this is literally the new pack that I cut open that was in my backpack. And then I think where I'm also going wrong at possibly is that sometimes you put glue on the nail itself. So that might be my other issue. And then the fact that I didn't want to pick the size up because I have a hard time shaping the nails as it is. So yeah, I was telling myself to kind of wait until they kind of grew out more, but ooh, that one got stuck on there pretty good. I don't care. I'm still going to put glue over the other part. And I know sometimes some people take their drill and go over to make sure that it's flush right there. And I'm going to tell you that if I do that, I might pop off my nails. So that's how much of a beginner I am. And I do have to say that my nails on my left hand, even though they were breaking off and I was having to cut them super short, they're longer than the ones that are on my right. And I believe that maybe if I were to take my file, I think, and kind of have roughed up maybe the inside of the nail too, and then put nail on the inside of the nail and then on the tip of my nail, maybe that would have worked too. So I know there's probably a couple things I could do to help them stick more. But my friend was telling me that gel glue is too thick, and that's why she doesn't like it. It takes a very long time to dry. And so she was right. And I bought 2 bottles of it because I live in a really small town and we don't have access to a lot of stuff. You'll find yourself ordering a lot of things from like Amazon and stuff like that. So when I was at that nail store, I was just like, let me just get it. I assumed that it worked and I was wrong. Okay, so what I'm going to try and do, that's the fastest I've ever glued them on, is now I know I have to match them up by size. And I'm kind of wishing that I hadn't done them, but once I decided, I was like, you got to commit and you got to hurry. Okay, so sizing them, I'm usually pretty good at being able to eye it and kind of see where I'm supposed to cut it. But remember, like I said, it's been 3.5 months, and if this pops off, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it further away and then try and size it again and get it a little bit closer. Okay, so I can go maybe 1/4 of an inch down. Let's see. And it's so crazy. I thought I'm not going to get used to not having nails, having to pick stuff up and stuff like that. And I think I had them off just long enough to where now it's the opposite. And I really hate that because I had barely just, I won't say barely, I had finally gotten, I mean, really, really used to having nails. You know, you pick up things differently. You button your shirts differently, things like that. The remote, you use it differently. And so I was really used to that. Oh, wow. That is so close. That looks like somebody else did that. I'm least proud of myself of that. And then painting, I had gotten fairly decent before I had to stop. And so I was improving, and then that happened. And there are several reasons why I think that may have happened, but that's neither here nor there. The thing is to finish them, and luckily all I have to do is top coat my right hand. No, a little bit more. I do not want to have to file that all the way down like that. I don't want to cut off too much. Wrong finger. Ooh, I am glad that I did that because I almost matched up with the wrong finger that last time you guys saw me put my fingers together. Okay, about right there. And I'm really happy. Whoever came up with the idea of numbering the nails, that was a really good idea. That's very close. I'll leave it. That's close enough for me to just file it. But yeah, so I don't know if I was making any sense just then, but I didn't have them off long enough to get used to having them off. But I kind of feel like I did when I first started getting my nails done, of getting used to having them on. And so a very small part of me was thinking, am I regretting putting them back on? And I was not expecting to do them as fast as I did. So like I said, big shout out to the person that did that video about the dip and doing the spoon and everything. And I decided to use 2 different spoons. So the one on my left is for my clear and the one on my right is for my glow. Okay, so now, if you look, I mean, like she said, you're not going to have that much shaping to do. And if you're really good at shaping, this is going to save you a lot of time. Some of them are crooked. I won't say I don't care, but at this point, I just want to see if I can do it. And then the fill, I'm thinking, will be a little easier, possibly. Okay, so now what you're supposed to do is, let's see. The one thing that I forgot to do, I don't know if this is going to make much of a difference, was I saw her kind of scuff them up and then use her liquid. I'm going to use Swipe instead of what she used. And you guys, I'm not going to lie to you. I am very, very reluctant to do this because I didn't do this other hand this way. I forgot that she did that. There's this one piece right here. It just will not file off. Maybe my file is not rough enough. Let me flip over. This is the rougher side. Okay, so I think I'm going to do them the same. That's the part that I forgot. Maybe next time when I do my full set, I can go ahead and go over the nails and do it. But I forgot that I saw her do it, and I was trying to get to the point of the base coat part, and so I missed it. But like I said, what she did was she took a file and she just kind of went over. I don't think she used something, you know, with this much of a grit. This is 100 on one side and 180 on the other. She might have, but I'm not going to scuff them up. Okay, so that might have played a part in why I had to do a little bit more drilling than what I want to, but drilling part's always the roughest part. Okay, so we're going to get the lamp ready because it's, believe it or not, it's already lamp time. And so what she did was she did 3 fingers first, cured for 2 seconds. And you know, I need to get my powder ready because you want to put it on while the base coat is wet. And then the first time she didn't go down by the cuticle because you know how like you don't want it that thick by the cuticle. But I found that the further and further, and I think she shaped them a little bit too, but I didn't do that either. And maybe that would have helped. But since I've done it different from the beginning, I'm going to have to kind of do it differently than what she did from the beginning. Okay, so you want to try and paint it on as evenly as you can. And then I dipped back in here every time. I don't think she did. I think she had enough to do at least 2 nails like at a time. And so I'm not going to lie to you guys. That was a lot easier than the monomer and powder. So even though, and I'll tell you guys, if you don't know, your file, the e-file, is going to save you a lot. But I think I was watching another video and it was saying one of the things that can cause lifting is if you file too much. And I don't remember what part of the process, because I mean, you file, like I said, if you're not like me and worried about them popping off, then just like a regular nail tech, you might file them here before. And as you saw, I didn't. Okay, so I'm just going to sprinkle this over. And then she kind of tapped it off a little bit in the cup. And then the hardest part, I'm not going to lie to you guys, the hardest part about doing this is making sure that the spoon doesn't touch your nail. Believe it or not, because you're trying to sprinkle it on there, you get a lot closer than what you would think that you would. And then I found you're going to have to like turn your hand towards you so you can see where you're sprinkling. And then I also learned you don't want to put that thick of the base. And I don't know why it was easier for me to sprinkle with my left hand, but I am finding for some reason that it is. I think it's because I'm so delicate with everything. And so I need to just kind of go for it. And then the little thing that I'm trying to do, I don't know if you want to call it a method or like a little trick or something to sprinkling it. I was trying to sprinkle it just going towards the tip. And I think for this one, I'm going to have to just kind of sprinkle it on. And then wherever there isn't a lot of base coat, or like I said, if you accidentally touch the spoon to the nail, you're going to see the difference. But like I said, honestly, your e-files will save you. E-file saves us almost every time, right? Okay, so now I'm supposed to cure this. Just want to make sure because I have some spots where it's questionable on my other nail, and I'm hoping the fact that I did it encapsulation. So let me feel, I have 4 buttons here. You're supposed to flash cure for 10 seconds. Okay, so let me lift this up because now if I stand up, it's going to mess up the camera thing here. Okay, so yeah, that was 10 seconds. And then don't forget, this is really important. I was forgetting the whole time. And did I just mix my spoons up? I thought one was bigger than the other too. I forgot to dust them off as I got further in. Okay, so I was really good with the technique from the beginning, but after a while, you might forget to do the dusting part after you cure. Okay, so there's an idea of what they look like. I'm gonna stand up and see what you guys can see real quick, because like I said, I'm super pressed for time. And yes, my hands are ashy. They're gonna be that way until we get to the cuticle oil part. All right, so pretty even. And now you do the base coat again, and then I really think I mix up the spoons, and you would think I'd be able to tell because, like I said, one's a light purple. Well, in the spoon, they both look white. No, that looks a little bit more purple. Okay, I believe I set that down over here. Okay, so now I'm gonna do the other two fingers. Like I said, I'm not down by the cuticle yet. And like I said, I think the key thing is just, like she said, making sure that your base coat is painted on evenly. I'm going to tell you, when it looks like I almost dipped that in that powder, once you look like you get it even, it's kind of hard for you to even go back over again. And then, honestly, I can't tell you if it's supposed to be thick or not. I think it's supposed to be fairly thin. It may be thicker when you get to like your color powder. The good thing is that even if I cut it close for the time, that I'm not doing any designs, no charms, you know, nothing like that. I think she kind of tapped her finger downward, but of course for me, I would be doing everything backwards because I'm doing my own hand. Maybe I can try that. Maybe it won't lump off as much. And I like it thick on the tip too as well anyway. I'm not that person that can have thin tips, and I don't like that natural look. The way I figure is that, especially if I have stiletto shape, people will be able to tell that it's not my nails. So I'm more about the design than anything. The style just different. The only thing I haven't tried is where you see the nail kind of with what I'll call like a Gumby cut kind of. That's the only thing, is that I haven't seen that very often on someone's nails. I did see the one where I don't know what it's called, but the top of it looks like, it reminded me of like the egg crate. Like the kind of diamond type thing. Okay, so now you put your hand in for 60 seconds. Oh, that's right. If I stick my hand in now, it's only going to do 10. Okay, so let me look and see. So that should be 10, 30, and 60. Okay, so I'll just feel for the buttons. And also the one thing I did forget is, I don't know if I'm going to pause when I do the e-filing, because like I said, you don't really need much, not even to smooth it out, because we know that if it's not a smooth surface, when you try to paint, I don't care if you're painting a top coat, that's no good, right? But you don't have to do much. But I have a dust collector, and I did a video about it, and I didn't use it. And this is kind of messy. She's right. This is a very messy method. Okay, so if you have a dust collector, especially if you're not recording, then just don't forget it. Because like I said, to me, this is a little easier, or I should say a lot easier than using monomer. I mean, that monomer to powder ratio just was not, it was not my friend, you guys. Okay, so dust off those two fingers. And it came out as just as even as the other ones I showed you. Okay, so now we're going to do the base coat down to by the cuticle and repeat the process. And I think I'm going to have to, let me see, brush it off a little bit. And the crazy thing is that it's going to look like you already have some of the powder down there. Okay, so fair warning, even if you do, because you didn't go down to the cuticle in the beginning, just remember it's not gonna stick. And I think you'll be able to tell when you get to the e-filing part, because if you're like me, I tend to forget to move the file across. Sometimes I'll let it sit in one spot for too long and it burns when you do that, right? So I think also the less powder you have, it'll burn as well. And then I think once you get to whatever powder is not going to be clear, then it's left up to you, like how many times you want to do this process. And I think, oh, I didn't know I had that much on the other side. Okay, I'm like, I'm committed now. I'm gonna tell you, once you brush on this base coat, you're committed to the kind of like whatever you put. But yeah, it all depends on how thick you want it. And then the other thing I was thinking is before I forget is and I'm losing my train of thought. I can't think right now. It'll come back to me. It wasn't like super important. Oh, okay. Actually, it is. So this part right here, I know she said repeat the process, but at some point I thought she just went to straight 60-second curing. And if she did, I can't remember if it was on this part or the other one. I'm actually impressed. That's more even than I expect to sprinkle it. Uh-oh. That was way too much. Okay. Yeah. And I didn't even get base coat down there, so it's just not happy that I did that. That's one thing I did tell myself was try to, once I got down to painting the base coat on the cuticle part, to try and get as close to the cuticle as possible, going toward the tip of my finger. Because eventually it is going to dry. And when you do the cleanup, when you get to that part, you'll see. It's almost like when you fill or do your full set with the monomer and powder, and you know how you go past the cuticle, you're actually on your finger. With this whole sprinkling method, it's almost the same. So just kind of be mindful of that. I'm hoping over time that I get better at it and that I can get just barely past the cuticle part. But for now, I don't know if I have an hour before I'm supposed to be ready or what, you guys. So I'm trying to sprinkle even even though I'm in a hurry just to finish. I really should have started earlier, but I had people that had to come to the house today, and one I forgot and one I didn't, and they both came early, and so that kind of threw me off. And then the phone call of plans, and I thought I'm gonna have to reverse everything. I haven't even walked on the treadmill today, you guys. Okay, so we're in a 10-second cure that one, and right now it's set for 60. So let me see, where's the first button at? And like I said, for some reason, I remember her saying that now, well, no, because I haven't even done by the cuticle yet. So I think this is the part where you're still doing 10 seconds and then these other 2 fingers and then 60. So like I said, honestly, it might have been when she did the color powder part where she just switched to doing 60 seconds, period. But she still only did like 3 nails and then 2. So who knows? Maybe I'm thinking I heard her say that and I didn't. But I thought I did. My plan was to watch it enough times to where I could kind of explain it to you guys. But I think either way, the key thing is to make sure that you get the base coat on here and as evenly as you can. And when you get down by the cuticle area, just as close to your cuticle as you can get without actually getting it on your finger. Oh, and you know what? See, remember I said brush. After you come out of the lamp, don't forget to brush. Okay, and I'm not brushing that hard, just enough. Wow, my left hand is coming out better than the right. I should not be surprised since I'm right-handed, but I was not expecting that when I brush it off because, like I said, now we're down by the cuticle area with the base coat. Okay, so maybe the difference will be just trying to perfect this method as much as I can with my left hand. And then I think dumping my nail downward and then still trying to keep with, if I sprinkle, to sprinkle toward the tip and then kind of take care of any parts that I feel like I missed on the tip afterwards. So maybe I now have my own technique. I can see where it kind of bubbled up, but I do have to keep in mind that I have to brush that off anyway, right? Okay, so now if I remember correctly, I think after this, I'm supposed to do one more coat of the regular polish, or I'm sorry, the regular powder, all the P's, starting from the cuticle. I'm gonna tell you, this thumb might not come out looking as nice as the rest of my fingers because you guys trying to get over here, you would think you're sprinkling so it's just falling on there, and then when you kind of shake your finger off, it looks different. Okay, so now we do 60 seconds. Okay, so let's see here. And then, like I said, I have to remember to brush before. But yes, if I remember correctly, after I brush off the excess powder, then I would repeat the process, but starting from the cuticle going down. So, like I said, overall, I do think I like this method more because even the filing part, it's less. And honestly, if I have to have mainly square and not so much coffin, then I might have to do that for a little bit. And also stiletto and not cut them. But I know that you're supposed to leave space for your powder. So yeah, I'm just trying to think of how I can help myself with the whole shaping. I know there's no way around it, learning how to shape the nails, period. But just to make it a little easier. So I'm thinking maybe even a shorter stiletto to cut and make a coffin might help. Okay, so let's do this again, starting from the cuticle with the base coat. And like I said, just make sure that you have the time, and then try and be mindful how much you put and how close you get. And then I am very surprised that I am not having to use my lamp. So I did my whole right hand without my lamp, and now the only reason why I have all my kitchen lights on is because I'm recording. Okay, that should be good. We will find out, you guys, won't we? I think I'll have to pick up this base and shake it some too. That's a little bit too much. Let me see. And I think another reason why I'm going to really like this method more is because this is helping me improve on my painting skills. So I am liking that as well, because it was needed. I hadn't painted my nails in a long time, you guys. Honestly, the last time I painted my nails, my actual fingernails and not my toes, it looked like it was done. I don't want to say like a kid painted it, because I know if I were to look on YouTube, there are probably some young children out there that could make this look super easy to do, right? Even with the monomer and the powder. So I'll just say it looked bad. It looked like I had never painted nails before, and I had. And then I also kind of was kicking myself in the beginning of the fact that I bought powders, because I learned about not polished products on YouTube, but my first purchase was in a store, and I knew about the trio sets either from the person that made the YouTube video or just maybe looking online. And I'm the type of person where I like to see everything in person. So at the store, at least at the store I went to, they do the trio sets. And with the trio set, there's a possibility, depending on which powder you're going for, to have. It's basically your powder and then a duo set, and your duo set is your gel polish and your regular polish. Then the ounces might change in your powder just a little bit, like by 0.5 ounces or something like that. But if you think about it, if you shop online, the duo set is $12, and powder by itself, depending on which collection it's from, is a range of $15 to $20, or something like that. So when you, oh, one more finger, when you look at it that way, especially if you're going to get the same amount of ounces of powder as if you bought it separate, then you're in a win-win situation. So if it's $23, then online, at least for $11 more, you can get a powder that would have cost you $15 to $20. And then by the time you get to the point to where you can order 4 ounces or 6, then, I mean, considering the fact that powder lasts a long time, you kind of have to outweigh. I mean, your clear powder is probably something you want more of, but I just like the fact that I can save, because you guys know, if you watch my other videos, I like discounts. And if I find a way to get a discount, I tell you guys. And like I said, keep in mind, be careful with your spoon, because I'm seeing that part of my issue just might have been that the spoon touched. Okay, so 10 seconds, right? Okay, where's that button at? Oh, here we go. Okay, so I think I just went from 60 to 10. We'll find out. See how fast it shuts off. Okay, that was 10 seconds. And then brush, and I'll do the other 2 fingers. And I can honestly say from doing this, don't panic just yet when you see how much you've sprinkled on, because really what's going to affect you, oh wow, that is such a clean look. I was not expecting to do this well for this being my first time. But yeah, don't panic, because remember, you're going to have to brush it off, and then you get to see exactly like if it lumped up or did anything like that. So you might be okay where you think you aren't. And then, I don't know about you guys, but let me know in the comment box below. Do you tense up when you're painting? Like, I can feel I am really tense right now. Even just painting this on, because it's so important to paint it even. I mean, no matter how much your drill can save you, you want to kind of get everything as close to right as possible, right? And it's not going to be perfect, but the less you have to do in the end, at least for me, I say the better. And then of course, my second thought process is the outcome. If I had to do a little bit more work in the middle, as long as my outcome is good, then I'm happy. Okay, and remember, I'm at the cuticle part now. This is the second layer for these last 2 fingers. And I'm noticing, if you accidentally touch your spoon to your finger, I'm going to tell you, sprinkle on there as quickly as you can, because it's almost like at that point, it's going to sound kind of awkward, but like you're filling in that little spot that you made, like a little indent. Okay, I think the tip down here needs more. And then also, I think, also be careful, like if there's lumps in your powder too. I almost forgot my thumb. And then after this, we get to go to the next part, which is the glow powder that I picked. And I really wish I could show you guys how pretty it is when I put it in the lamp, because it glows in the lamp as well. And I think that's one of the type of lights that activates it. This is a LED lamp. And I think LED lamps have a little bit of UV, not much. Because I know they have UV slash LED, and then LED by itself, but I believe that the LEDs still have a little bit of the UV in them, I think. And I was told that LED lamps are supposed to be safer, but you might be getting ready to tell me no, that's not the case. But I don't know. Like I said, I'm a beginner, so I'm just going off of just different people I've talked to, people that work in the stores, nail techs. Some of the people that work in the stores, they tell me they are nail techs. And then some of it could just be opinion. Sorry to do 60 seconds, and I don't know what that noise was, but I'm not expecting any packages. And it sounded like something just hit up against. Now we're doing 60 seconds. It sounded like something just hit up against my wall, and I don't know how windy it is. I don't know if that was a bird or what. But hopefully it's nothing, especially now since I have my hand on my lamp. But yeah, even the lamp, I got it, and I was just happy that that store was having a 15% off sale that weekend. It's like a weekend sale. And so you guys, I got charms, and so I love charms. I don't care if they're, I guess you want to say, like overly sized. Every now and then, more so often than not, I am not usually a plain person. So even with the fact that this powder glows, like I said, with either LED light or like when you put it next to a light bulb, I would have had something on here, at least some charms or something. I have these smiley face little pieces of paper, and they're so cute. And that would be kind of cool. I had not planned on doing that. Let's see. Let's see what I end up deciding to do, because that would be kind of neat for me to, let me close this off with it. I'm done with this. Well, let me think about that. Am I? I did 3 nails. And then I did 2. I believe I've done this 3 times. You're going to end up doing, like I said, what she was calling like mid nail, but I'll just call it like not cuticle, 3 fingers, 2 fingers. Then you go back to cuticle, all fingers, and then you do cuticle, all fingers again. So I don't know how many times you would count that, but let's get the glow powder over here. And let me switch spoons. And now let me shake this up, and then we're going to start from the cuticle. And let's see how many coats I think I need. I did 2 glow, especially since now I can just go from the cuticle. So maybe I'll do that again. And let's see what happens. Oh, that's a bit much there. That's dripping. I think I was telling you guys in another video. Now I see why the nail techs are so quiet. Because this takes a lot of focus. Okay. I have a little piece here. I didn't have to do this with the other one, but like I said, once it's on there and you cure it, it's on there. I had a little bit on my finger. that one too. And I got quiet also because I was trying to remember what I was trying to tell you guys. The little piece that I'm using here, I'll hold up one that's actually unused so you guys can see it. But these are no lint. I don't know how you would say that, like cloths or nail polish removers. And for young nails, they sell it on a roll, and it kind of looks like a toilet paper roll. But I'm finding from using these on my nails and my toes, I like it a lot better because it's not as messy as a cotton ball. And for the price you pay at Young Nails, I can't remember what it was, but I thought that was pretty good of a price to pay. My glasses are always slipping, you guys. But yeah, maybe when I get towards the end, I'll be able to show you guys the whole roll because it's big. It comes in a pretty good sized box. But see, this is a no lint cloth. And I forgot the exact name. I searched around on Amazon, but once I saw that they had it on Young Nails, I just decided to go with that. Okay, so let me get a little closer here. My hair always slides back. And this glow powder, this jar is smaller. So I am finding that it's a little bit harder to sprinkle on with this one. But then again, I was thinking whether I buy them separate or together, I have to keep in mind that the clear powder is, I believe, a 4-ounce jar. So of course I'm going to have more space to kind of tap my finger off. Yeah, I need to get on this side. But yeah, so what I was telling you guys earlier, now that I think about it before I forget, but yeah, so I was thinking, okay, I'm gonna have to learn. I'm not gonna be perfect at it. Probably never, but of course I'll just get better over time. So I want to save money. I saw that I could do the trio sets even at the store. And you just have to tell them that that's what you want. I believe the polish and the powder has to be the same color. But then, as I saw exactly how hard it was to use monomer, I started to get discouraged with the powder because for some strange reason, I actually thought it would be a little easier than me learning the painting part with the polish, especially with gel polish, because I'm used to painting with regular polish. I've never put gel polish on my regular nails. And then, like I said, you could almost say practically like overnight, I got better at painting. I mean, honestly, you guys, just like that. I won't say that it was professional quality because I have not went to a nail school, but I got really good at painting even with that gel polish. And then I thought, what a waste on the powders, because for every trio set that I bought, for the ones that come in a trio set, I think that, I don't know if I told you, but the glow powders don't come in a trio set, not even in the store. And I think I would say the main reason, or possibly the only reason, is because Not Polish doesn't sell glow polish. That's probably why. But I thought for every trio set that I got, I could have gotten more powder. We're gonna do 10 seconds here, right? But I thought I could have got more polish. And there were some colors I want. Of course, I mean, at least for me, you got to have your bright pinks, your bright yellow, the bright green, if I can get like the right shade that I like, the bright orange. I just keep forgetting to order the M11, the Issa Party, ISSA. And I was like, oh man, because I thought it's a lot easier when I was doing the monomer and the powder to do the clear powder and then to just paint whatever color I want, especially when I found glow polish and the nail art markers. I know some of them on Amazon are not nail art markers, but some of them are. And your best way to find out if they're being advertised that they are when they aren't is just to read the reviews. The customers will tell you what they received, and so that really helps. And the reason why I got nail art pens is because I thought it'd be easier to learn how to write on my nails than it would be to use those thin brushes. And like I said before, I know that's kind of cheating a little bit, but I mean, at the end of the day, at least for me, my goal is to get as close to looking like I got my nails done at the salon. And so honestly, I'm not going to lie to you guys, I did not care so long as I ended up with one pack that really was nail art markers. And then the cool thing was I found some that glow. And if you find them on Amazon, just pay attention to the fact that on the box it tells you that it's by, I think, LED and UV. Because you might think that they don't glow. And it could just be the fact that you have to stick it in your lamp to activate it. Like sticking it next to a light bulb might not do it. But they're really cool, and I have not had a chance to use them because, like I said, I had to stop. But I'm going to tell you guys, like, even in some of my other videos, I've done pricing. And the way I priced it was necessary items and non-necessary items. Because I wanted to see, oh, that's kind of pretty even. I don't know if I want to shake anymore over that one. I'm going to do one more coat anyway. Let's see. But I went with necessary items, not necessary items, because I wanted to know overall how much I was saving by not going to the shop. And I was kind of basing it off of like what I remembered paying when I was going. That's really even. I am proud of myself. But yeah, because I told myself eventually this should save. I mean, me doing my own nails, I don't see myself running out of the stuff I bought for a long time. Oh, that made a little mess. Yeah. So, I don't know if you want to use the word morbid, but not to sound morbid, but I thought I have enough to probably outlast me. Okay, so now we do the 60 seconds. Like I said, I'm going to repeat this one more time. I'm set, I believe, to 10, 2. And the thing about this lamp is that once you push the button, it's going to start counting down even if your hand is not in there. So you either got to get your hand in there kind of fast, or I think like it'll actually say you're not sure, like me, or you're having to switch between your seconds. If you push the button, then it may or may not start. You might have to take your hand out or pick it up and put it back down to get it to turn on. So there are some ups and downsides to this lamp, but for the most part, I do like it, but it is expensive. You guys, oh my gosh, if you don't catch like a 30% off sale or something like that on the Not Polished website, then it's well over 200. And I know it's a lot to pay, but I did have another lamp that cost less. Oh, that's so cool. They're glowing purple. Oh, I wish I could show you guys. That was pretty neat. But yeah, it just wasn't doing the trick. Like I would cure for 60 seconds twice and it still wouldn't be dry, the gel polish. And so I thought I don't want to keep it and not be able to return it. And then of course with it being on sale, I think I paid less than 20 bucks, and regular price for it was I'm just gonna kind of dust these off a little bit because I'm gonna go over and do one more coat of this glow powder. But yeah, you know, they always say you get what you pay for, and so I thought the lamp was pretty, but I'm gonna have to get a better lamp. And then I was in the store, and I'm not gonna lie, the price made me reluctant, but I thought, you know, you want the best. And so I ended up getting this lamp. Plus, I think like I was tired of researching. I was tired of looking. And my thought process was, if the store is selling it, then it must be good. And then, of course, I watched videos too. And this was one of the more talked about lamps, at least from what I saw. That went on not too even. Let me see if I can fix that. So that's what I ended up doing. I didn't want to get a second lamp and then end up with this lamp anyway. And I think I have a warranty, but I don't remember how long the warranty is for. So yeah, but the other thing I can think of with the lamp while we're on the subject is charge it the way it tells you. And the one thing I can say is you won't know, honestly, if it's fully charged unless it was, let's see, how did that work? Because what it started doing was it started going down to where like the third light was flashing, and the fourth light, I can tell you from charging it several times, does not light up to let you know that it's charged. So the way you find out is you actually, I believe it was, I either turned it on, I think, and I think it automatically shows because I think it's already preset for 30 seconds. So when you turn it on, it's going to show the 30. And then I think you have to push like one of the buttons. What you're trying to do is you're trying to get it to show you if that fourth light goes solid. But leaving it plugged up, it won't do it. Okay, so keep that in mind. No matter how long you leave it plugged up, that fourth line is not going to go solid. So yeah, I think you have to like plug it and unplug it. Well, it's already plugged in. Unplug it and plug it back in, or I think unplug it and turn it on, I believe is what happens. And then it'll show you whether or not it's fully charged. All the bars will be lit up if it is. But yeah, I think that's what you have to do is unplug it and turn it on, or unplug it and plug it back up. And then let me know what method, when you do the dip, do you like better? Have you tried with a spoon, or do you just dip your nails in your powder? Because I know the lady I saw using the spoon, was saying that it could end up being lumpy when you dip your finger in and uneven. But speaking from experience, never have done doing this before. I have done this before, I guess, however you would say it. You can still end up with it being lumpy. So if you've tried both, like which one do you like more? Because I know she asked her viewers, and I'm curious to know the same thing. Yeah, but I try to look for ways to be able to do my nails with knowing that I have, things around the house to use. Because I'm going to tell you guys, I don't know how many times I ordered a set of jars, and it did not matter what size combination I ordered them in, I ended up sending them back. Because I thought, oh, I'm going to mix the powders and, have glitter in them and all this stuff. If I don't have a glitter powder that I want, or the key thing, or I should say the main thing was, the ones that have the little sequences inside of them, they'll have stars or hearts like inside the powder already. Whether they have glitter or not, I think most of the time, well, I won't say most of the time, I was gonna say most of the time it's the glitter ones that have that. I don't know if it's called like the chunky glitter powder or something like that. And so I was thinking that I was gonna make that. And I'm not gonna lie to you guys, honestly, it was just a lot easier for me to just put them on top. And then I use the I'm trying to see, I didn't know how to say that at first. I have the drill bits from my top is upside down. I'll tell you guys in a second because the way I'm reading it right now, it's backwards. But I really like their rhinestone glue, so I was just like, why don't you just sequences, whatever you want to call them, why don't you just put them on top like that? And let me see, 10 seconds, right? And remember, like I said, at this point, we're doing the whole nail. Okay, so Manicure. I really like their rhinestone glue, and I ordered it from Amazon. And let me tell you guys, I'm going to show you, even though I told you guys about it in another video, I just share knowledge, you guys. I'm very informative. Like if you want to know, if I don't know, if you ask me a question, I will go research it and find out and let you guys know. But this drill bit set, there's 1, 2, 3, let's see, I think one's missing, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think one is on my safety drill bit. One of them is on the drill. But it is a really good set. And you know what? So this is the top for it. I like the quality. And I don't know how well you guys can see that, but these are drill bits. I really, really like them. They remind me of some of the other ones that are really expensive that you pay, well, like $18 for separately. I think it's for the Cara Sky drill bits. And I know they have like special names. Let's see. Trying to make sure I can do the same nail over. But yeah, that's a really good set. And from what I remember, I don't think I paid more than $20 for that whole set. If you go look at one of my other nail videos, you might see the information about it in the link. But if I remember, I'll put it in the description box for this video. But just in case I don't have a lot of nail videos. And so the title is usually, let me see, I'm gonna wipe my side of my finger. um, telling you like what I'm using, because I'm trying to record like all my first time stuff, like my first time full set, my first time fill, all of that. I was in the beginning of all the stages of everything when I had to stop doing my nails. But yeah, it was a really good price, and it's very well packaged. And as you can see, I just kept it. And then you know what, let me dust this off more. The one thing that I like about it is I was gonna throw every single thing out that had touched my nail, even though my nail infection was only from like the middle of the nail going towards the tip. It wasn't my whole nail, and it was 2 fingers on each hand. But I thought about it, and I was like, okay, so even though you only do your nails, you know, your brush, everything, because I was gonna do a full set before, long before this, and then I had to do some repairs, and then something told me just take the stuff off. And I think it was because part of it was I had decided to go ahead to just do the full set, and then I saw my nails. And I mean, it could be a number of things. Water got in between the acrylic and the nail. I later on found out that I probably should have steered clear of the shop I went to. It was the only time I went, and I drove. You guys, I drove like an hour over there for a design that they said that they could do. And plus, one of my nails needed to be put back on. And then I think that nail may have already have been like that. So I will admit that I think it was, from what I can remember. I can't remember. But I think if it was, maybe I shouldn't have went to the shop anyway. So it could have been totally like whatever cost it would have been on my end. But the other thing I didn't know was that it can spread. But it was the same 2 fingers on both nails though. So I did find that kind of odd. So I think it was just a mixture of things. Like I said, I'm just giving you guys like a full story, because I'm not going to, you know, blame that completely on them. It may not have been anything. But then again, let's see, where's the 60-second button? Now it's the 60-second part. Then again, I was told by a person that used to go there that they stopped. And so they just didn't even have to finish their sentence. They said, you know, so they kind of weren't surprised that. And of course, you don't have to finish your sentence by that time. And so I was like, oh, well, maybe that has something to do with it as well. But it was odd because the shop was really clean, and from what I saw, but they said like the tools and stuff. So yeah, and it was something, you guys, because the last time I didn't have my nails done for the amount of time that I had them, like when he told me 6 months, I had stopped for 7, was budget cuts. Back when I lived at home, and I thought, what's one of the most expensive things that you do that you can stop for now? And it was my nails. Because I'm going to tell you, if you ever heard that once you start, you kind of don't stop, that's true. And so, like I said, nothing happened. It was just the price, the cost overall. And I have to go every 2 weeks, and my nails grow fast, you guys. And, ooh, see, they're glowing. Can you see that? That is so cool. I love that. But yeah, I was, like I said, I was in a lot of pain. I was stubbing my fingers. You reach for things different, and I was just like, ouch, right? And I'm kind of nervous about this nail right here as I'm talking. I haven't really mentioned it to you guys, but why does it feel like it's going to pop off? That is not good. I thought I fixed that problem. Okay, let me dust a little bit here. Okay, so now the next part is you're supposed to, or I won't say supposed to, but I think I like her idea of, I'm probably gonna mess that word up, encapsulating the nail. So I am gonna put one more coat of the clear. Let me switch my spoons. And then after that, I will show you guys, even if it's not perfect, I show you guys anyway, because, well, one, I don't have anything to hide. Like I said, I was new, right? And just so you guys can see, and then, you know, to find out and ask you guys, like, are you guys going through the same thing I am? I'm going to tell you guys, when I first started, I did them for about a month and a half before that happened. Like I said, every 2 weeks. So aside from the nail repairs I had to do, also my charms, because I don't mind if they're big, they were catching on to things. And you guys, before that ever even happened, I think also the part of the reason why, like, one of them came off as if it was like a press on nail, you guys, like, oh my gosh. Yeah, but it did. Like, the whole thing came off and the charm was still stuck on that piece. So like I said, you would have thought, if you didn't know any better, that I use full coverage nails, and I don't. I was thinking about doing that though, and just creating my own sets, and I thought, well, what about when you fill it? And I think when you fill it the same. Because I thought, what do? Pop it off, prep them, and put them back on? I wasn't sure. And I thought about the fact that I am so new. I already had to worry about the monomer and the powder, and like how much to put, learning about beads. I know there's no specific method, but what did I want to try? And yeah, I got to thinking. I was like, well, you saw what happened with that. That's pretty much what can happen with a full coverage nail as well. So do you really want to go down that, down that road, I guess you can say? And I was like, no. So that was the first thing. I am very curious to see with this method how this is going to work out. If or I should say when, not if, because I have a lot of charms now. If I put, or I should say, like I said if again, I meant when I actually put them on there. How much more is this going to stick versus the monomer and the powder method? Because I'm not going to lie to you guys, I got some glue, and you guys, I glued that mess right back on there. I sure did. I think I just did a little bit of prepping to my nail, and I said, I'll take care of it when I do my next fill. And so, yeah, that's exactly what I did until it was time to do another fill. I didn't even bother starting from scratch on that finger. So I know there's a lot of different things that can kind of make it pop off. And I guess at that point, you just got to choose, what do you want to do to fix it, right? And I'm not going to lie to you guys, I took the lazy way out. I thought I wouldn't mind doing it this way, but I don't, because I'm not going to say that this is thick. I've had my nails thicker than this, the powder part, but I don't mind. Even if I could have left this part out with the encapsulating thing that I'm doing here, closing it in, whatever you want to call it, because I like them thick. And I know I was watching a video where they were saying, well, just because it's thick doesn't mean it's better. It's all about really like the technique or whatever. But for me, I break them less. Like, it takes a lot for them to end up breaking if I have them thick. So I know one person was saying like that doesn't make a difference so far as the strength is concerned, but it's all about how you apply the powder and the monomer. and what part of it you make thick. But I think I just don't like the natural look anyway. It's too thin looking. They look like they're going to be easy to break. And then for me, like I said, from experience, they have been. So that person very well may have been right. It's all about how you do them, not how much product you put on, and you can end up wasting a lot, thinking that, oh, okay, well, because I'm putting more, it's better. But at the same time, I just don't like the thin look anyway. Okay, so next after this, I may or may not pause because that is the filing part. But I'm debating because, oh, they're glowing again. I'm debating on pausing. Oh, brush. Simply because I want you guys to see that even if you're a beginner like me, that there really is not a lot of filing. And I have no clue. Like, I don't remember, you guys, if I use my e-file on camera, I am so sorry if it's super loud because I don't remember. It's actually supposed to be pretty quiet from what I remember. That's one of the reasons why I ordered it. And it has a pause feature where I can set it down and it'll pause itself. And then it has like an extra switch underneath it for the power. So I forgot and I pushed the power button and thought, oh, it needs to be charged. And that's not what it was. It was the fact that the power wasn't turned on underneath. So this is a unique drill that I found. And I don't know, it was like somewhere between, I don't know if it was like 70 and $90, like on sale on Amazon. But I do like that because it is a touch drill. And so I do like the fact that if you get into the habit of making sure you remember to power it off underneath, that you can't just touch it and power it on. Because everything's touch. The pause button is touch. There's more than one way to pause it. When you speed it up, slow it down, it's all touch. Like you guys will see it in a second. I'm trying to make sure that I painted enough of this base coat on here. And I'm trying to remember not to do it like polish because sometimes, like you take the polish and you kind of start and then you brush on it again before you go all the way down. I'm trying not to do that with that base coat because I don't want the powder to lay down like that. So yeah, we might just keep the camera rolling because I can't get any messages or phone calls right now. If I remember, most of the time I record in airplane mode, and so I don't know how close I am to the fact that I should be getting ready. So yeah, you guys, we might just keep the camera rolling. I'm so sorry, I don't have time to pause it. I am curious. Well, I guess I won't do that. I was gonna try and wipe some of that off, but then again, I didn't get any base coat on my finger right there, so I should be good. And this finger, you guys, my left thumb it's a little bit harder to sprinkle this stuff on there and make sure it gets on there without getting it like on my hand too. I'm trying to make sure. Oh my gosh. Uh-oh. Yeah, I'm really gonna have to shake this right here and just get it on my hands because I can see it right here. Yeah, make sure you turn your fingers whichever way you can to get this stuff on here. I see why they dip it. I still think I might like this method more with a spoon, but at the same time, especially when you get ready to file, the little bit you do have to do with your e-file, if you do, unless you hand file it, even if it's just to kind of smooth it out, you'll be able to tell like where you missed putting powder at. So hopefully that brushes off. And then you see the tip down here is a little missing a little bit. All right, 60 seconds. And then I have my hand file over here. And that's the sealing it up part there, so to speak. You guys know what I mean. I'm tired of trying to say that word, especially if I'm saying it wrong. Oh, my glue. No. So one thing I think, if this is the glue I'm thinking of that's unique about it, is that it lasts for a long time. Like, I had another bottle in my room that I just kept sitting there on my dresser. And I have to say, like I said, the Kiss Vitabond nail glue, or it might have been the Kiss something Flex. One of those, what I like about it, now I got hiccups, is that it doesn't dry out easy. Like, I had that bottle for, I want to say like a couple of years, you guys, like no lie. And it was still liquid the way it was supposed to be for the glue. So, I really like the Kiss glue. Okay, so now for this part, I am finished. So I'm going to do the filing and then maybe the e-filing, and then I have to close with this base coat. I have to decide on whether or not I want to do little smiley faces, because some of them I have are, okay, so I'll show you guys. I don't know how well you guys can see that. But like I said, especially if you want them square, like she said, little to no filing. But I think it's the fact of when I file, the fact that they're long, and sometimes I have them longer than this. Like, I was used to having them shorter before. So I went from like really long, not super long to where they look like they were gonna curve down, but long to fairly short, and then back to being able to have them long. And so I think that's what it is. Being able to like hold the file with my hands. This is so crazy, you guys, to have my nails back on after 3.5 months. I didn't have to wait those 6 months, you guys, but it felt like it. Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm gonna have to say, let me see. Oh, and on the link too, you guys. Proud of myself. I'm just happy to have them back on. So at this point, I kind of don't care what shape they are right now. And like I said, the advantage I have with having a whole box of stiletto nails is if I want to, I can just go stiletto. But my right hand came out a lot better than my left. I promise you guys, if I think I can get a good enough focus, I'm going to try to show you guys the difference at the end. But yeah, those smiley faces, I am debating, because some of them have spaces, like holes for where the eyes and the mouth are. And so I think that'd be kind of cool. To have like what looks like a glowing face. And then those nail art markers I was telling you guys about, I'm trying to think. So long as the marker doesn't dry, can't remember what I used. I think you want to keep your no lint little cloth things around and alcohol, because I think especially if you put your top coat like before you use those markers and of course cure it, then so long as the marker's still wet, you can wipe it off as if you never even wrote anything on there. I believe it was with alcohol. So it's a little tip, you know, because for me, I never really realized how hard it was for them to write stuff, especially with a brush. I applaud them because the marker was hard enough, especially since by that time, you know, your nails are already done. Ooh, pretty. But yeah, so I am torn. Ooh, that got hot. Yeah, I'm torn between putting the smiley faces on them or not. And I think I really like how the charms I picked are reusable. Like, I've been lucky to have some that don't really break. So I do like that. And the last thing I had got before I stopped, before I got some more stuff at the store, the different stores that I came across, I got Christmas charms. And so I believe with the timing, the way that it is, my next fill will be during Christmas. So, uh-oh. I am not liking how that looks. Yeah, that e-file is going to have to hit that spot, you guys. I don't even know if I can get close enough to show you guys that finger without the focus on my camera going completely crazy on my phone. But yeah, that's going to have to get smoothed out by that e-file. This file is not going to cut it. Lack of skill, one, not going to lie, and angle. And I don't even know what side I'm filing with. Oh, this must be the 100. The other side, like I said, is 180, which I think is pretty rough. Okay. This is not being very friendly to me. Let's see. I think I guess my e-file's going to have to get this one too. But I'm going to tell you guys, I'm really liking the fact that, you know how like when you have that excess that goes over the edge, I was just barely learning how to wipe that away without it still being there and having to literally take my e-file and file underneath there. I know usually you do a little cleanup underneath there anyway, but sometimes it's so thick. I don't know if you guys have ever experienced that. You got to have your e-file spinning a little faster than what you want. And then of course, like I said, it can get hot. And what I like about this method is that there's literally nothing underneath there. There's no excess at all. So this will be my method until further notice. Now I really wish my order of the last monomer I ordered, because once you get to 32 ounces but not polished, it's kind of pricey. And I don't like running out of stuff, so I already had an 8 ounce. I don't know how, in between being back at home and driving home, like before we left, I had an 8 ounce bottle of that monomer from the store. Like I said, first time I bought that many nail products and not just nail polish. And the bottle just disappeared, you guys. I don't know where it went, but I ended up having to order it again, and then I ordered the 32. And at the time, I was entertaining the idea of dip, but at that time, I had not seen the spoon method. I had only seen the dip and remembered seeing it in a shop. And yeah, my last order, I think, was like in August. And so I don't think that I actually can even return or ask for an exchange from not polished. That was like my first, I think, online order. And I forgot to ask them when I called them if I'd be able to do that. It doesn't matter how long ago it was, so long as it wasn't used and it's like sealed. So, yeah. And then plus, I had already put that away to the side. I just kept the 8 ounce in my train case that's over there. And so I wouldn't even be thinking about asking them if I can not get a refund, but if it's too late to get a refund, but I could change it for something else, like maybe even a trio set of the M11, is because I know for a fact that I put it away and had not touched it again after I had that issue with my nails. So I would not be even entertaining the idea of asking them that if I had. Like, I was very careful. And that's the other thing, you guys. I bought barbicide. So I don't even know if you guys can see it behind me, but you probably can't. But yeah, I did. I bought barbicide. Because everyone I talked to was like, no, don't throw it away. I'm telling you guys, if the brush, even though it didn't touch that part of the nail, because I already had the full set, remember I had to take it off, and you don't use a brush to take stuff off, right? But still, and it was a Kolinsky brush, and it was expensive. It was my first Kolinsky brush, my first time buying a nail brush, except for, you know, those little kit sets that you get at Walmart. And I was going to throw that away. I was going to throw away whatever powders I thought I used, and I thought I had one where I accidentally ordered the same color that I already had bought in the store, and I couldn't remember which one. I thought, oh, I need to start putting like little papers on them. I thought if I do go to like nail tech school and start doing my friends' nails, I will have my own powder separate from the ones I use for my friends. And if I could, if I had enough people that wanted their nails done by me, and if I got good enough, I was going to just start trying to have like separate jars and separating my powder that I already had instead of buying multiple powders. I know some places when you go to the nail shop, it's really cool because they have like your pack of tools that they use on your hands. And I think sometimes I've seen they'll put their customer's name on it and then they won't use it on anyone else's hands, and they still do the sterilizing and stuff with the barbicide. So I was trying to figure out how far I was going to go into this because it's like $8,000, I think, to go to cosmetology school. And then you still have to take a written and a physical test. So far as probably maybe, I don't know, doing a full set or something like that. And so this is crooked, and you guys are gonna see this is crooked. You guys, there's no getting around this. Yeah, no, maybe the e-file will be able to like fix it up in this one. I got I'm gonna call it the what's her name from The Simpsons, the wife. It's not Marge. Can't remember what her name is, but I got her little hairstyle going on over here with my nail. You know, she got the whole kind of I don't know if that's a Bride of Frankenstein. I can't think of it, but you guys know what I'm talking about. But like where it's kind of wavy on the side. I'm telling you guys, me and filing. Oh my gosh, I'm having a hard time. And I think that's one thing that maybe I should have been practicing with that mannequin. I bought nails specifically for that mannequin, so because the other ones, the fingers on the mannequin are bigger, so I got some I think that were more flat and not curved, not like even C curve, or I do no C curve if I can, if I'm paying attention. But I mean, once you order one box of nails, whether they're full or whether they're half, like how often do you really, you know, have to order? And then you know what, you guys, before I finish filing the top of this nail and then we go to the am I going to put the little smiley face things on there, or at least show you guys what they look like, because they're over there. Let's see, where are they? They might be in my drawer. You know what, they might be. But at least to show you guys how cute they are. I just realized that my phone's not plugged up. My phone was at 100% when I started recording, so we had to do a time check. We had to do a check on I'm not finished with that finger, not just quite yet, but let me do my checks. You guys know I do my checks all the time. Okay, so okay, I did not mean to do that, and hopefully I flipped it enough, because once I get past 90 minutes I don't think I can even edit the video, and I can't merge if the camera app is still set up like that for my phone. The videos, like all the videos when I created a movie, they can't total more than 90 minutes. So Like I said, I might not even be able to put any edits on this one, just upload it how it is, and it is what it is, you guys, because I'm going to tell you guys, though, for real, you guys, between my pausing and finishing, oh my gosh, I would still be doing my nails at about 9 o'clock or 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock tonight. I remember one time, I think because I started at maybe 2 or 3, I didn't finish until like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. And that's back when I was doing, like I said, the monomer and the powder. And so it took a lot longer for me to even get to this step. I mean, I can't believe, I know I did this hand first, my right hand, but I can't believe that I'm already at the, do I top coat it or do I top coat it and put my little faces on there? As a matter of fact, I probably would just put the faces and then top coat it, but make sure I do my little Manicure rhinestone glue first for them to stick them. Because it comes with, I think, a little brush or something. I don't remember. It's been so long since I've been able to do anything. I just kind of set everything to the side. And then if you do buy the barbicide, we got it from Sally's. And then just don't forget that, okay, so I don't know if you want to do like where you boil the water and then you mix it with however much it tells you to mix with your barbicide. Or some people, I think, put their stuff in boiling water first, and then you also have to clean whatever you can with soap and water. And then after that, you put it in the barbicide, and the barbicide does have to be mixed with some water. A pretty good amounts, I guess, like 30 ounces or maybe 32. It'll tell you on there. But the key thing, remember, is after you let the stuff soak, it says, I think, nail items are like for 10 minutes. And I did everything. I did my drill bits. Even, I had just got that set too. I did all the drill bits. I did the case. I did the top. I mean, you guys, I was so serious about sanitizing everything because everyone was like, no, don't throw your stuff away. Just get the barbicide. And I was thinking, but the way I am, I did not want to chance it. And so the one thing that I did not read, and I won't say it's in small print, but it is at the very bottom of the directions. Fair warning, once you take your stuff out of your barbicide jar, you are supposed to rinse the barbicide off. Okay, so I don't know what temperature water you want to use, but make sure you rinse your items, your brushes, your files, stuff like that. You're not supposed to leave the barbicide on there when it comes out. So just give you a heads up, because you know that stuff is like really small writing, and it might as well be what you call the fine print because it's so small. Ooh. Okay, this one right here is bothering me, you guys. But I'm done with the rest of the fingers. Just this one right here. You know what? I'm going to test the smoothness because I still have the e-file, right, part. Okay, it's not being my friend. It could be the angle I'm holding it. It could be a number of things. That's about as good as it's gonna get. So let me dust this because I know, or I probably could have waited till I did the e-file, huh? Okay, so I don't, oh no, I do still need my lamp top coat. And this oil, oh my gosh. It's from Walmart. It comes, I think, in a smaller bottle. This is a 0.92 fluid ounces. And it is called Juicy Peach. If you like the smell of peaches, Walmart, the smaller bottle or this bottle. And the other one, I think it's not jasmine. I can't remember what it's called, but it smells so good. I can't remember what it's called because I didn't get it. I thought, oh, don't you want variety? And I thought, no, I like peach a lot. Okay, so let's test the smoothness. Nope, nope, and nope. We're going to go to the safety file. Let me get that here. And this is my file I was talking about, and it's all dusty because, like I said, as you saw, my right hand was already done to the point to where it just needs a top coat. And I did turn it off. So here's my safety bit. But if I set this down on here on the base, it will pause. And then I can also pause it by the pause button. And I believe if I push the forward and reverse, it'll switch, it'll pause, and then it'll start rotating. But I think if I push that button twice, it'll pause on its own. So there's like 3 different ways to pause this thing, but I love this thing. Okay, so I know that this is probably backwards, but I go reverse on my right hand. and I go forward on my left hand. And did I switch it off? Let me see. No, it's on. So see, there's a switch back here. I don't know if you guys can see the on off switch. I know it did not run out of power. Of course, while I'm recording, it would do that. It was just working. And I think I had like 3 bars. Okay, I heard it beep. Oh, I guess it was paused. It didn't tell me it was paused. Once you charge it, it lasts for a long time. So let's see, it's on F for forward. So I need to get it in reverse. What does it not like the fact that I have my nails on now? Let's see. Oh, it's very touchy. Okay, so forward. Nope, reverse. Yeah, you barely have to tap. Okay, no, I'm going around cuticles first. I'll do 2. That's still 2000 RPMs, but I mean, look, you guys, let me set that down really quick. Oh, okay. I'm gonna see what you guys can see because we might as well do a first hand comparison. Right hand, not too bad, but remember I've already done the e-filing on top, right? Now look at my left hand. Okay, so I'm trying to get it to focus. And of course, it's not wanting to. So I don't know if you guys can see that, but I consider that pretty clean and pretty even for what I know myself to have done. Oh, I don't even want to mess with that. That's almost perfect around my cuticle. That one's not, I can see it. Oh, and it's already thin. You know what? Let's go over and just do reverse right. Like I said, I'm only in 2, which is 2000 RPMs. I'll just smooth it because I don't think I can get any better with my cuticle there. So yeah, I'm still learning how to hold this thing. I'm still learning that safety doesn't mean you can't cut yourself. I know people said that on their videos, but once you hurt yourself a couple times, you're just like, ouch. But she is so right. I really wish I could remember the name of her channel. No, my computer's not on. So I was actually going to tell you guys. I want to give a shout out to her. And I'm still new to learning how to do the shout outs on YouTube. In the description box, I think you can do shout outs with hashtags or something. Because I'm going to tell you, her advice helped a lot. She said this was beginner friendly, and she was right. A little bit more, you guys. Yeah, I really don't want to make this thing go crazy. Let's go up to 3000. Yeah, so the Manicure drill set I showed you guys, it even has that one that has like a little ball on there where you get close to the cuticles. So it's a really good set because you get a lot of options. You get several different safety bits, and you get between coarse and, if not fine, then medium. Like, you are all set and good to go. The only thing I learned was they were saying, oh, the drills that you would expect to see in a shop, I believe it's called the shaft. It's like a different size than some of the e-files that you find on Amazon. And I know that some sellers will tell you like to not interchange your drill bits. But I think I was told by my friends that own a hair shop that as long as it fits, it doesn't matter. And so this set, I think, or this drill, I'm sorry, I believe only came with one drill bit, maybe two. And then the safety one, I think that they stick in there. But yeah, I think there's two different sizes. One is smaller than the other. And so I believe the hole is bigger on one. But I think I was watching a video or maybe reading somewhere online that now most of the drills are the same size shaft. And the reason why I mentioned that is because I had another drill. I think it was just so. And I remember because I really liked it, and for the price, at the time it was on sale. I don't think I paid more than 20 or 30 bucks for it. And it came with this other drill bit set I have over here. And of course it went forward, it went reverse, it had a plus and minus sign, and it was a good drill bit. Even after I dropped it and had to place that little button back on there, you guys, oh my gosh. I'm trying to smooth out that side that I said wasn't even. So I don't want to make it too thin. I'm trying to clean up my cuticles here. And I'm kind of trying to do both since we're so far in. The cleanup and the smoothing. And I know you should take your time. And I think I hear my garage. I do. All right. I'm gonna have to pause and let him know that I'm recording. Okay, so I just want to tell you guys really quick that this might be the end of my video. He still has to come in. And okay, so some of the faces that I looked at that have the openings is only for the mouth on the smiley faces. And they are whites, so they're very close to the color of my powder. So I might not use them. I'm not quite sure yet. Okay, so if I do, then maybe I'll do a short. Okay, you guys, 1 second. Okay, you guys, so yeah, this is the end of the video. And look, I don't know if you guys can see that, they're glowing. I decided not to put the happy faces on them. If I do, I will make a quick short because like I said, the happy faces with the little holes for the mouth are the same color as my nails. Okay, so I was going to turn off my lamp, but I'm going to see how good I can get this to glow really quick just to show you guys. You guys probably saw it, but let me see. This is really, really cool. And you guys, I made it with like one more bar on my lamp, so I would have had to plug up anyway. And like I said, remember I said I was pressed for time, but look at how pretty that is. Let me see what you guys can see really quick. How cool is that? Okay, so you guys, yes, the dip method with the spoon, I would recommend trying it if you dip your fingers in the powder. I don't know how much more easier it'd be for you guys, but you guys, that was so much easier for me, and I cannot believe that I finished a full set all within less than 12 hours, let alone, I mean 4. Still, that's better than nothing. All right, you guys, I will see you guys later. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.